Good morning, everyone. This is Julie McDonald with Microcom Technologies, and I'd like to thank all of you for attending today's webinar with TP-Link. Today's host is Vincent Tu. He is their Senior Product Manager, and he will be presenting today. If anyone has any questions, please submit them in the question box, and Vincent will answer them at the end of today's presentation. Vincent, thank you so much for being with us today. We greatly appreciate it. I am finished for now. Please go ahead and take it on over.
Yes, thank you, Julie, and happy to have the chance to participate with the webinar. And first of all, I would like to thank you all very much for your participating in this webinar today. My name is Vincent Tu. I'm the Senior Product Manager in TP-Link. Today, I'm going to upgrade the hardware that is available to you today, and they are for multi-gig wireless communication and multi-gig wired communications. I will also show you what is available fiber modules and fiber switches that TP-Link is providing today. And I will also show you the key improvements that you can expect from the Omada SDN features in 2022. If you're not familiar with the Omada SDN system, that is one of our very important network center control network system, including the wireless access points, switch, and routers. And we do have a complete system introduction webinar happened in August 3rd on Microcom webinar. And if you're interested, you're welcome to go to the YouTube channel, Microcom YouTube channel, and check it out. So starting the webinar today, first of all, I would like to reiterate that, let you know why TP-Link can provide the product, constantly supply and available inventory with the quality and in low cost. The first of all is that TP-Link is the #1 global provider for wireless LAN devices. It is not 1 year, 2 years, but the consecutive 11 years. That means that we do have a lot of buying power from the part side. I mean, that including the chipset, the passive component, and active components. So in the shortage of the material, the parts, that the bigger buying power can let you planning well and getting the allocation from the suppliers. Furthermore, we're doing the vertical integrations. We do have the metal factory, the plastic factory, doing the antenna, heatsink, shielding can, USB port, the cover, and everything. And we are not only doing the PCB assembly itself, we're also doing all the parts. That make us having the control on the whole supply chain. That is so from the beginning of the tariff that U.S. custom charging for the tariff from product from China, and we can quickly respond that policy change and moving the whole supply chain to Vietnam and continue supply the stable supply the product to all the customers. And with the vertical integration, it not only can provide us the flexible planning, but also because we monitor all the process, so the quality can be controlled and the costs can be controlled. And we are proud to saying that in the history, we do have the less than 1% of the return rate on the S&P products. That is one of the source of the confidence that we can provide the lifetime warranty for most of our S&P product to you. And with the saving the saving costs by the integration, we do provide a partner program to share the profit with you. If you're interested, you can go ask for the Microcom or through our sales representative for more detail on the partner program. So let's get into the product updates today. This is the Omada hardwares. That for the access point, we do provide a lot of product from 11N, 11AC to 11 to Wi-Fi 6. Nowadays, the Wi-Fi 6 is the mainstream product, and we do have inventory for all 9 models. From 670, this is the top tier, AX 5400, and middle tier 650, and the entry level EAP 610 are very hot sell, and we're moving fast, but we still do have the inventory. You can just ask Microcom if you have hard time to looking for the inventory. And on the other hand, we are keep developing the Wi-Fi 6 access points. And in here, you can see that we do have the multi-gig Wi-Fi 6 access point. Right now, the most popular is EAP 670. It has the AX 5400 megabits per second speed, and it has the 2.5 gigabit Ethernet port. And this is for the high-speed connection. And EAP 660 is for high density. It can support up to 1,000, more than thousands of the clients connecting to the same access point. They have the similar design, but this is the stronger for more clients. And in the upcoming months, that you are going to see the EAP 690E. It is a quad band Wi-Fi 6E with Bluetooth. It has 2 5 gigahertz band and 1 6 gigahertz band and 1 2.4 gigahertz band, totally 4. And aggregated, the nominal speed for the wireless is 11 gigabit per second. It equipped it with the 10 gigabit Ethernet port, and it required the L2.3 BT PoE++ power for all the different wireless performances. And EAP 680 is another solution from the 670. You know, right now the part shortage is a little bit alleviated, but sometimes there's some vibration for the supply. So we provide the more solution for you, and 670 is one of the solution right now is pretty stable, and we're going to open up the other solution, EAP 680, for you. They have the similar performance, but different solution options. To support the 10 gigabit Ethernet wireless, the EAP 690E, we have to have the matching switch to support that. And this is the switch. This is the 10 gigabit Ethernet, 10 gigabit PoE switch that can support EAP690E. It is available today already. It has 4-port 10 gigabit Ethernet port, and the total PoE budget is 200 watts. For each of the port, it can support up to 60 watts of the power supply. And on the uplink, it provides two 10 gigabit fiber connection. So this is the companion with the upcoming EAP690E, creating the 10 gigabit wire and wireless pair. On the right hand side, we have 8-port and 16-port of the fiber switches. They're all SFP plus 10 gigabit fiber connections, and the price is pretty attractive. For the 8-port fiber switch, the MSRP today is $229, and for the 16-port, the MSRP is $499. Pretty attractive price. And on the most right-hand side, we have 5-port and 8-port unmatched 10 gigabit switches. Okay. Furthermore, that here to connect with the 10 gigabit fiber switch, we provide a 10 gigabit SFP module. You have the choice for the short range, long range, or you want to convert the SFP to the copper connection. We have the transceiver, or you want to connect just the next switch on the same rack. You can use the DAC. We have 1 meter and 3 meters. And the 10 gigabit SFP switch can insert the 1 gigabit SFP as well, just for the flexibility. Of course, it is kind of wasting the band. You are plugging the 1 gigabit SFP into a 10 gigabit switch, but just for the flexibility, sometimes you want to have one or the two port connecting to the gigabit switch or some other devices. You can connect the 1 gigabit SFP, but it is not automatic configuration. You have to manually set it up for the 10 gigabit or the 1 gigabit. So other than the 10 gigabit switch, we now provide a 2.5 gigabit PoE switch, and furthermore, we're going to provide some more choice for you. The good thing for 2.5 gigabit networking is that you can reuse the Cat5e, whatever you have right now in the office, in the factory, in your home. You don't have to upgrade, pull out all the cable and redo it again. And you can push the limit over 1 gigabit limit and to 2.5 gigabit traffic and using the same wire. So that is one of the reasons that 2.5 gigabit will be very important. Of course, you can just jump up to redeploy all your cable and using all the 10 gigabit network. But most of the time, for the existing office or the building, the cable is there. So you can just reuse the same cable and make it 2.5 gigabit networking. So right now, the TLSG3210XHP is the only one that we have is on 2.5 gigahertz switch. And it is a PoE switch, can power up the EIP 660 HD or the 670 for multi-gig wire and wireless communication. And moving forward, we're going to have 16-port and 24-port PoE 2.5 gigabit Ethernet switch. And those two models are the 8-port and 24 non-PoE switch. When your network are all upgraded to 2.5, you want everything on the network are 2.5. Okay, next update will be the fiber connection. This one is not a multi-gig, it is a gigabit switch. When you having the fiber connection, 10 gigabit can provide the bandwidth, and gigabit can provide you the flexibility and safety when you running the cable to a long distance or through the field, and you have the concern of the lightning strike. To concentrate those fiber cable from everywhere, you have two choices. One of the choices is that you can use the media chassis, and you can bundle a lot of media converter in one chassis. TP-Link provide this kind of solution. We have two models for the media converter chassis. Or you can use a fiber switch, and this one is a newly available. It is a 24-port switch, and it has 20 ports of the SFP connection and 4-port gigabit Ethernet for convenience local connection. And it has 4 SFP plus for the uplink. So it is a very good choice for your fiber concentration. Either you prefer the media converter or the fiber switch. And one thing I would like to mention is that a lot of customers, they use the SFP module connecting to the media converter. And as long as it is a matching model from TP-Link, it can be work, no problem. Okay, next update is that we do have the multi-gig wireless, 10 gigabit wireless, and we have the 10 gigabit switch. And what about the internet? So this is the EAP, the ER8411 is the newly available 10 gigabit router. For the spec wise, it has one dedicated SFP 10 gigabit fiber connection, one SFP plus 10 gigabit WAN or LAN port, and 8 gigabit RJ45 connections. So totally you can connect up to 10 WAN connections. 9 of them are gigabit and 2 of them are 10 gigabit. And additionally, we have one port that is a USB 3. You can connect it to the USB dongle or the hotspot from AT&T, Verizon, or T-Mobile, and that will work. This is for low balance, or for the most of the time it is for the backup. When all the landline are gone, you can just switch it over to the cell network. Most of the important management features are available: VLAN IGMP QoS, V6, V4 routing, static, dynamic, and policy routing. Especially for the policy routing is very important because we have more than one WAN connection, and you want to direct where the traffic is going to where. And it has the built-in firewall. It's a simple version of the firewall. It can block the TCP scan, ping from WAN, IP MAC port based ACO. And more importantly is the performance. This is a 10 gigabit router, and so how about the performance? From the number from the lab, it was tested that the net throughput, it can go up to 9.4 gigabit per second, and it is the VPN router. So if you're running the VPN tunnel, what is the performance? For the IPsec VPN tunnel, you can create up to 300 of the IPsec tunnel. And for the Open VPN tunnel, you can create up to 110. For the SSL VPN tunnel, you can create up to 500. And so for the throughput for the IPsec VPN, we tested with the most advanced encryption, AES 256. In this condition, the throughput is 2.1 gigabit in total. And OpenVPN, the encryptions are the same. The throughput is 1.6 gigabit. And SSL VPN is 1.5. And it can not only be the server to connect into the client, the router itself can be the client connecting to other LAN networks. So it can connect up to 32 of other LAN through PPTP or L2TP, or it can connect to other VPN server, Open VPN server, up to 10. And the performance for the concurrent sections is 2.3 millions. And compared to the other switch, the other router, EAP ER7206, the concurrent section is 150,000, and the concurrent section of 2.3 million is a major difference compared to other routers. And the new section per second, you can create 20,000 of the new sections every second. So this is the 10 gigabit router we're providing to you, and it is available today in the market. So to summarize it, that here is the table. If you want to take a screenshot, that the model numbers that we're providing to you and the key features right here. Okay, the last update today in today's webinar is the features. The Omada system was first launched in 2017, and later on we introduced the SDN idea in 2019, and month by month, year by year, we have the improvements. Right now, the SDN release is on 5.5, and the most important improvement is on the multi-language and RF performance. And in the upcoming months, in 2022, there are some very important features that you can expect. For example, in the end of this month, we're going to release the MDNS. This one is very important for the Chromecast to discover the video streaming source or the printer sharing. Some of the printer, they're using the Bonjour, or they are using the multicasting. And before, if there is no MDNS and your device are in a different VLAN, it cannot discover to each other. And with the MDNS server proxy, you can discover your device, and it is helping you to use the device easier. The other feature very important is that LAN-to-LAN stateful ACL. This stateful ACL was available in the WAN-to-LAN situation, and now we're going to move it to implement on the LAN-to-LAN situation. It is more granular control to your LAN-to-LAN, VLAN to LAN, VLAN to VLAN traffic. And one-to-one NAT, it was available only on the standalone mode. This feature is not new to us, but we have it only on the standalone mode. And in end of this month, we're going to bring it in the controller mode. And in November, we're going to not only further enhance the discovery and with the Bonjour supports, and we're going to adding up not only the radius authenticate support, we're going to add the LDAP authenticate support. And on the VPN side, that we're going to implement the WireGuard VPN. It is a newer VPN, newer way for the VPN. The speed is faster than the traditional one. The DNSSEC is secured DNS. We didn't have that before. We're going to implement here this feature in November. And one more important feature in this year is the single sign-on. It's easier for the administrator to use one single identity to manage all the systems. So those are the very important features that you can expect in 2022. So this is the update from me for the multi-gig and SDN networks. So back to you, Judy.
Thank you so much, Vincent, for that wonderful presentation. And I do have questions for you. Let's go ahead and get started. First one here. Are all the switches smart switches with cloud management?
Yeah. For all the Omada SDN switch, it can work with the cloud management, and it can work in standalone mode. You can choose either way.
Great, thank you so much, Vincent. Next question here for you. Do you have an outdoor Wi-Fi 6 device that has an IP67 rating?
Yes, we do. And you can see here that we have the EAP 650, 610. They are IP67 rating, and 225 outdoor is a legacy one. It has the IP60.
Thank you so much, Vincent. Next question here for you. What are the hardware warranty for physical damage on the devices?
If it is not man-made physical damage, it is within the warranty.
Okay, excellent. Thank you. Next question. What would be the best Wi-Fi AP for a consumer that you would recommend?
For consumer at home, a lot of our users using the entry-level EAP 610, and a lot of geek user, advanced user, they choose the EAP 670 for the fastest speed. And or if you can wait, just upcoming weeks that we're going to have EAP 690E, that is a quad band EAP.
Thank you, Vincent. Next question here. Will Omada Cloud be supported on all of your multi-gig wireless?
Yes, for all the multi-gig wireless and wired switch, the Omada switch, the Omada Cloud will support all the models.
Thank you so much, Vincent. Next question. Any type of SFP, any brand, will work on your switches. Is that correct?
Not every. Oh, okay. We tested with many brand name, Huawei, HP, and some other brand name SFP modules. Most of the time, if they're unlocked, some of the SFP they're locked, and that we cannot compatible. If it is compatible, most of the time our SFP can talk to those different brand name SFP module, no problem. Just be
Excellent.
careful about the just be careful about the detail, the wavelengths and the distance for the power. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you, Vincent. A few more questions here for you, if you don't mind. Next one. Are
Sure.
all of your ports PoE ports?
Uh-huh. Hello.
Oh, okay. I'll repeat. Are all of your ports PoE ports?
Mm-hmm. Sorry, I didn't get it.
Oh, okay. No problem. I'll go on to the next question. With the 10 gigabit networking switches, do we still need switches to power access points and cameras?
The cameras?
Yeah.
Not sure what is the question. What do you mean, the cameras?
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. I'll repeat the question again. Vincent, can you hear
Yeah.
me clearly?
Yes.
Okay, here we go. I'll start over again.
Mm-hmm.
With the 10 gigabit networking switches,
Mm-hmm.
do we still need switches to power access points and cameras?
Oh, okay. So the 10 gigabit switch, PoE switch, it is backward compatible with 5 gigabit, 2.51 gigabit, and 100 meg. If your camera is 10 meg, then it is not compatible. But if it is 100 meg or gigabit, there's no problem.
Thank you so much, Vincent. Last question here for you. How does a customer find their device's hardware version?
The version is on the label in back of the device, and if it is Omada control, when you adapt into the system, and you can see it on the system.
Thank you so much, Vincent, for answering all of those questions for us today. And also, thank you to everyone for attending. If you have any further questions, please feel free to contact your sales rep, or you can email us at sales@microcomtech.com. And if you wish to view any of the products mentioned or shown here today, please visit us at www.microcom.us. And remember, this webinar presentation has been recorded and will be uploaded to our Microcom YouTube channel so you can view it again. Vincent, thank you so much for having us today, and thank you for your wonderful presentation. And until next time, have a fantastic day, everybody.
Thank you very much, Judy.
You're welcome. Thank you, Vincent.